the Chicago Bears were able to pull off a victory against the New York Giants. 20-24 was the final score. The Bears had to rally in the fourth quarter, and this game for 3 quarters was not pretty. Again, feels like a broken record at this point. We just keep having the same conversation over and over, but I got to say it for the sake of the recap, which is the Bears defense once again allowing opposing offenses just to pretty much do whatever they want. Now, Jaxson Dart, for starters, I have to say, he is incredible. Sure, our defense makes everyone look good. It made old man Flacco look like Joe Burrow in his all his glory, if you want to say it like that. But Jaxson Dart looked incredible. It was fun to watch. I must say, I think it's very important that I put this out here. That defense just continues each and every week. It feels like we get worse. We don't get better. It feels like we get worse, man. It's very hard to see. But Jaxson Dart, he threw for 19 of 29 completion percentage for 242 yards. No passing touchdowns, but I mean, he might as well had. I mean, the Dart was throwing darts all day. But he did run for 2 touchdowns. He wasn't their leading rusher, but he was their most pivotal runner. I think he averaged 11 yards whenever he ran those 6 times, and he was able to get 2 touchdowns. So he was gashing us. He was really giving us a difficult time. Amazing to watch. And honestly, him going out in the fourth quarter or to start the fourth quarter really was the game changer as far as the momentum of a road Giants team that really all they really have to lean on with all the injuries, with Malik Neighbors being out, with Scatterboo being out as well. They really didn't have anything but Jaxson Dart. He was their greatest weapon. And to have to go to Russell Wilson was such a deflating uh, factor in that game. I think Caleb Williams clearly stacked a really good game here. And anyone that watched this game will clearly tell you there were somewhere around, and I probably am missing the exact number. I didn't go ahead and look it up, but I know there were at least 4 or 5 plays where I felt like Caleb threw footballs that should have been caught or had a very good likelihood of being brought in. The one he threw to DJ Moore did catch it, but he wasn't able to keep his feet in bounds. So I believe that's an incompletion, or that doesn't count. I think that counts against him as an incompletion. He had passed to Rome that I thought Rome should have got. That was well within his ability to catch. Zacchaeus just killing us with drops. I mean, I was so happy when I saw Luther Burden come in the game and make some things happen. Because at this point, I'm like, Luther Burden III, clearly, in my mind at least, needs to be our wide receiver number 3. He needs to be in the mix. And I think OZ needs to go to the bench for a little bit. In times, I think he can be useful just to shake things up because he can make plays. But man, he is having a really tough time recently as far as drops on momentum changing plays. Caleb Williams, 2 touchdowns in this game. That's really what I want to talk about. One rushing, man, he was running the ball really well. He had some really strong runs. He wasn't our leading rusher as well, but again, our most pivotal runner. 8 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. One of the touchdowns was so important. It was what gave us the lead. And he almost had another touchdown in the previous drive. He got tackled or tripped up right at about the 1 or 2 yard line. Caleb Williams was fantastic. Again, incompletions that were the result of guys just not able to hold on to the football or catch it. Again, we had like 4 or 5 of those moments. Very frustrating watching. I was at this game, so I got to take it all in and see these moments and see the frustration of other fans processing that. And I'm watching it. Me and my dad were both at the game. We're looking around and we're seeing, and he told me, watch the receivers and look who gets open and look what Caleb ends up doing. And more times than not, I would say if there were 10 instances of us focusing, honing right in, at least 8 to 9 out of 10 of those times, the moment we saw a guy open, Caleb hit that guy. And whether or not they brought it in or not, generally, wasn't like Caleb gave him a catchable ball, and that's all I could say. So that is a good improvement because if he's doing his part, then other guys have to step up now because Caleb clearly is cleaning up that part of his game. He gave them a lot of opportunities, and they capitalized when it most mattered, and I'm grateful for that. But ultimately, Caleb put this game in his hands, and he took it home knowing that Jaxson Dart was out. Fortunately, Jaxson Dart didn't play that last quarter. I do think Jackson was having the more pivotal game of the two. I think he edged him for 3 quarters, and then that fourth quarter, Caleb Williams was able to pull away and take off. So they ended up matching the same amount of touchdowns. However, I think if Jaxson Dart played that fourth quarter, I think the Giants win this game, and I think he has the better game when it's all said and done. So I'm going to give the edge to Jackson in this case. But that's my recap of this game. Again, I'm not going to apologize, as Ben Johnson says, for getting a win. We got a win. We figured it out. We found different ways of winning games. I would love for us to not have these type of games. I didn't predict the game going this way, but I'm just happy we got the win. But would love to know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts.